I'm Simon Ditchburn, wishing everybody a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year 2017. Our building crew has worked right the way through the Christmas holiday to make sure that we finish installing this floor by the end of the year, ready for the holiday. In fact, our last delivery was literally on Christmas Day. So I've come back to one of my favourite positions now so that we can show you from a top overview exactly what we've got done so far. Finishing very strongly off for 2016, ready for a new start in 2017. And then I'm going to take you down inside the building and show you the other items that are going on while the structure is going on the top. One of the main structure items coming together at the moment are, of course, the windows. They represent about 80% of the outside of the building. So to keep everything in uniform and make sure that we have the correct size for each one of the windows, we've made a steel template representing exactly the size of the window. Now it takes a little bit longer to make that template at the beginning, but it saves me a lot of trouble in correcting measurement mistakes later on if the block layers get it wrong. So basically the steel frame can be removed from this floor. It can be placed one floor above and above again and above again. We can keep reusing it and it guarantees me I have exactly the same size window going all the way through. The block layers just have to build the block exactly up to the steel frame and then I know I've got the correct size. Also, do you remember a windowsill? Well, you can see at the bottom of all of these, because of our double walls, our cavity walls, we will have a windowsill. Remember those? Now that's the easy way to tell on any building if you've got a double wall or not. While the structure is going together on the higher levels, down inside the building on the lower levels we have a lot of other jobs that are now opening up. The electrics is one of them. Now, you're in a multi-shared unit building, not just a single house. So the fire rating for all the electrics is classed as being industrial, not housing. It's a rating higher. So it means the very minimum we have to do on all of the electrics through the building is to give a 1 hour fire rating. That means basically any of these conduits, and these are hard plastic conduits, not the same that you would have in a house where it's just basic plastic cabling. Each one of these conduits should give you a 1 hour fire rating, which means it's assumed it takes an hour to first make everybody aware that there's a fire and then be able to evacuate the building within an hour. That's what it's all about. So the electricians are now starting to put all of the hard pipe conduits into the ceilings, and individual single wires will actually be pushed down into those conduits at a later date. I'll go through those details when we get that far. So with the wall company, we got all the switches and the sockets already done, so the conduits are there already pre-supplied, but the electrician has now got to go right the way through, room by room, floor by floor, putting all those conduits in. Floor levelling is another major item that we're constructing at the moment. Now, when the main structure goes together and you pour that concrete floor by floor, those concrete slabs are not 100% level. We have to come back later considering whatever the floor finish is going to be, whether it's going to be carpet or laminate floors or in our case tiling, we have to make the floor much more accurate and much more level. So we work from a 1 metre line which is drawn round every single room right the way through the entire building. That 1 metre will represent the height of every door, every window and the final floor level that goes into position. So measuring down from the 1 metre point, we make our marks of where we want our finished tile level to be, and we then pour a floor levelling solution on the top of the concrete slab to then make sure these floors are nicely level to put the tiles on the top. Now I've seen tilers try to do this all in one go. They'll come in, they'll make a sand cement level floor and put the tiles in straight away. Well, it's great for speed, but the missing item there, of course, is the adhesive for the glue. Now I'm separating the jobs here. I'm making sure that my levelling solution goes in first, it's set, it's solid, then we put on the tile adhesive and actually glue the tiles in position. It makes sure that the tiles don't pop out at a later date. In our last video, we briefly touched on all of the shafts that are coming together with the waste pipes and the UPVC pipes. So we're starting to form that shaft now, room by room, and we're going straight into the plasterboard system to do it. We put together a nice aluminium framework, and on the top of this will be double layer of plasterboard. Now because we're in the bathrooms, this will be waterproof plasterboard plus a 1 hour fire rating. Because this shaft goes from the bottom all the way through every floor up to the roof, it's almost like a chimney. So you have to make sure that each floor has a fire blanket and that each level in each room is also boxed in with a 1 hour fire rating. I'm sure you've all seen PVC burn when you get your lighter on it, so you could imagine this being a chimney right the way up through the building. This is probably one of the most strict fire ratings that we've got to give the whole building. It's probably one of the most dangerous parts of the building, so really important you get that fire rating. And this is an item that the government will always check to make sure that you've sealed floor by floor and casing by casing. This is one to watch in the future of how we do it. Throughout the last 2 years, 2015, 2016 really, which is the creation of this project, they've been probably 2 of the most difficult years of my entire 31-year career. We're facing amazing things where the whole world seems to be exploding at the moment. We've had to go through the facings of the Thai government and the changes, all of the changes of the officials right the way through City Hall, so it's been very difficult to get the paperwork done in the background. We've had to go through the financial crisis of the Russians, where they resailed and fire sailed their units, sending their money back to Russia. Finishing off the year, we've had to work our way through Brexit. Now, I personally think it's a good decision for the UK, but it certainly made everything very difficult with the pound being 20% lower than its normal rating. These are incredibly difficult times that we've had to face this last 2 years, and really it's been a case of just get your head down and just get on with the job. But I'm also really very pleased to show you all of this in the last quarter of 2016, because we're finishing incredibly strong. We're moving into 2017 with a new market there on the horizon, the Chinese market. I'm also pleased to say that the banks are starting lending again to the local Thai buyers, which also is very, very strong for the market. So I think we've got a really prosperous 2017 on the way. So to everybody, enjoy your holidays. We're having a few days off. We're having a long weekend basically for the new year ourselves. We're going to be straight into the next floor of January 2017, and we'll keep you up to touch with everything in these videos. So have a good holiday, and we'll see you next time.